In today's digital world, social media has become a powerful tool for people to express themselves, share their experiences, and build their personal brand. But with that growing online presence comes a serious risk: the misuse of someone's identity without their permission, whether it's a name, photo, or professional credentials. Misappropriation of personality can happen quickly, and the legal consequences can be serious. In the case I will be discussing today, we will look at how an immigration lawyer professional's identity was misused by a company, leading to a court case. These situations reminds us that protecting our personal brand is not just about image or reputation. It's also about legal rights. Misappropriation of personality doesn't just damage someone's image. It can be directly attack a personal credibility, career, and even businesses. That's why these issues raises an important questions. Where do we draw the line between the right to privacy and the misuse of someone's identity in a legal and a professional setting? Hi, I'm Wanda Luwinko. Join me today as we explore the topic of misappropriation of personality. I'll be discussing a real case that deals with the serious issue of someone's identity being used without their permission in a legal professional setting. This case highlights why protecting your personal and professional identity is so important, especially in today's connected world. Misappropriation of personality is a legal term that refers to using someone's identity, like their name, photo, voice, or image, without their permission, usually for personal commercial gain. If a company uses a person's signature in a company without asking them or paying them, that could be considered misappropriation of personality. This kind of unauthorized use can hurt a person's reputations, privacy, and a professional credibility, especially if the use is misleading or false. In Canada and many other countries, people have a right to control how their identity is being used. If that right is violated, the person can take legal actions and possibly receive compensations called damages. As we look into this case, Lee Halbao versus Beltran United Consulting Agency in 2024 in British Columbia, Supreme Court case number BCCA case number 391, let us look into a legal case aspect. Business depends on trust. What if trust turns into responsibility, and when it's broken, the law steps in? Today, we uncover how misappropriations of personality can affect businesses and the serious legal consequences that comes with it. We will explore what misappropriations of personality really means, how it involves a breach of trust, and what the right of privacy protects in both professional and legal setting. We will look into a real case, discuss the dependence claim, and we will talk about court decision and our takeaway from these lawsuits. What is misappropriation of personality? Misappropriation of personality is when someone uses another person's name, image, voice, or professional identity without their permission, usually to gain money or attention. It is violation of person's right to control how their identity is used, and it leads to legal consequences including compensations for damages. Public disclosure of private facts. In the context of this case, public disclosure of private facts refers to the unauthorized release of private information to the public, which could harm an individual's reputations or privacy. While this sort is often applies to situations involving the exposure of sensitive personal details. Privacy statutes. The privacy statutes relevant to the situations would likely involve laws related to the identity protections and unauthorized use of the personal information. Specifically, personal data protections laws like Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act, or PIPEDA in Canada, would apply to unauthorized use of personal data like BOUS credentials, as it governs how personal information must be handled, stored, and disclosed by the businesses. Privacy Act in the context of the US could also be relevant in some jurisdictions, particularly if they issue cross-borders governing the protections of personal information from misuse. According to Section 1 of the Privacy Act of British Columbia, it is a tort actionable without proof of damage for a reason to willfully violate the privacy of another. What happened? Li Haobao is an immigration lawyer. He worked in Beijing, China, providing legal services to Chinese citizens seeking to migrate to Canada. During that time, Mr. Bao met the respondent Li Minwang, who was the principal and the company Weltran United Consulting INC, and had 11 offices in China with a branch in Richmond, British Columbia. Weltran United Consulting INC is an immigration consulting company based in Beijing. In that case, Bao versus Weltran, the company forged Canadian lawyer Li Haobao's signature on 25 immigration applications without his consent. These allowed them to earn over 400 Canadian dollars in commissions. The court found that Weltran United Consulting INC had unjustly enriched itself by issuing Bao's professional identity, leading to a legal order to pay compensation. Finally, the Court of Appeal dismissed Bao's appeal on January 2, 2025. It agreed that Bao should receive 400,000 Canadian dollars in compensation, but its change of the legal reason for the award from breach of contract to unjust enrichment. The court ruled that Weltran Beijing used Bao credentials without his consent to earn money, which was unfair. The Court of Appeals in Bao versus Weltran United Consulting INC underscores the challenge of handling legal conflicts that involve international elements. Although Bao awarded 400,000 Canadian dollars in compensation, the case brings attention to broader issues of ethical responsibilities and the need for stronger protections against these kinds of misconduct. It serves as a reminder that lawyers and firms must uphold high standards in their work, as public confidence in the legal systems depends on their professionalism and honesty. Li Haobao wins the case. Remember, the right of privacy means you have to control over your personal identity and professional reputation, and no one can use it without your permission. The case reminds us that privacy is not just a personal, it's also a professional and legal. Again, I'm Wanda Luwinko. Thank you for joining me in exploring misappropriation of personality through real-life case. Thank you!